Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team here on the PS5. Tonight, Season 6, Round 16. We are heading to the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix. Evening, Dino. How are you tonight? Right, here we are then at the home of Red Bull, and hopefully we can give them a bit of a bloody nose tonight. It's well, we've been doing that a lot actually this season. It's more Cadillac that we need to do that too, but it's always fun to beat Red Bull at their own track. Let's take a quick overview of where we are with our facilities before we go any further, because I think something's close. There we go, the wind tunnel, very close to breaking, so that's going to need a refurb. Suspension sim is a little bit better off, but not by a massive amount. Same for the CFD sim, so they're going to need a refurb at some point soon as well. As far as other facilities go, race sims at level 5 now. That's ticking over nicely, giving us a good little boost for Mini in particular. The team hub is fine. Don't need to worry about scouting. That never wears out. Into operational stuff, boardroom is okay for now. You can see we are refurbing the helipad. That's 2 days away. So that'll be ready for the next race. Weather centers are alright, memorabilia and tour center are okay. Looks pretty good. You notice no stream Thursday or Friday. Yeah, I was just really tired. My sleep schedule has been all over the place recently, and I was just so tired that I've been getting like bits of sleep here and there, and then being awake and getting tired after a couple hours and going back to sleep for a bit, and I just wasn't really in a fit state mentally to stream for 3 hours a night on Thursday or Friday. So yeah, a bit of a shame. There are some changes coming to the channel which I will be going through in a bit, but we'll carry on with this for now. Let me take a quick look at the warehouse, see what we got stock-wise. We are out of spare chassis. We are building chassis at the moment. So we're a day away from another side pod. We are 8 days away from another suspension and 13 days away from 2 more chassis. One of those should be ready in 3 days. There we go, 3 days. So we won't have any spare chassis for this weekend. Bit of a shame, but let's take a quick look at our car performance. Looks like it has maybe dipped ever so slightly, but still looking pretty good indeed. I am happy that the low speed is still very competitive, because that is kind of an important one that sometimes gets a little overlooked. You want to get that really good performance out of the low speed corners, because they're the ones where you can stand to lose quite a lot of time if you are poor going into them and poor coming out of them. So it's not really going to be an issue for us here. There are a couple, but most of the circuit is pretty strong. So as long as we are close enough, getting the exit out of turn 3, which is the end of the first DRS into the second DRS, that is kind of important. But if you've got that DRS, it's less important. Having the DRS on turn 4, though, which sets you up through the infield, through sectors, at the end of sector 2 into sector 3, having the good low speed performance there is very important, because if you're going to try and break away from someone, that's where you need to be strong. If you're trying to stay with someone to make sure you get DRS on the next lap, that's where you need to be strong as well. to give you a good setup. Obviously, you still need to be strong in the high-speed stuff as well, but to start that whole process of staying strong, you can't let them bolt away from you on the exit of 4. So the good low-speed performance there will definitely help us to achieve that. Evening, Clark. Good to see you. We have some wet weather for Saturday. That will affect potentially both practice and qualifying. No sprints this weekend. This is just a regular race weekend. See, Joe currently holds the lap record from last season. That was actually for us in the Ferrari. So let's see if we can improve on that this season. We are ready to set some targets. 5th for Kimi. And 18th for Mini.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. The hills are alive with the roar of F1 cars as we arrive in Spielberg's stunning natural surroundings. Fans have already filled the nearby campsites, and it's going to be a busy weekend here at the Red Bull Ring.
It's Ferrari who are currently ahead in the constructors' standings. But as round 11 progresses, the fight for the championship is still underway.
Okay then, let's get to it.
Let's get to it indeed. So, only bringing 5% in to our starting confidence. Not a huge amount, so we might have to do a fair bit of running. Let's swap out some parts first of all. Try and use that engine. Hopefully it will last. I'm going to use this engine. This gearbox. No, ERS, isn't it? It's ERS. So we'll use that one. It's gearbox. I was thinking that was for a second. We'll have to go with that gearbox. It's the only other one that we have. And let's see. It's normally 23 laps if you want to do 2 runs in the first session. So we are going to go for 35 laps, I think. Might call them in a little earlier than that, but we'll see. Let's do 35 laps for Mini as well. And car parts for him. Well, has to be that engine. It can't be the 1%. That won't make it through. ERS, that one will be fine. And gearbox. I'm going to stick with the one that's in there because I don't trust either of those to last a full weekend, unfortunately, of practice sessions. So, parts are selected. Now we need to get the cars set up. So, we'll start with a 5 and a 13 and a half. We'll go with a 1.9. That's pretty much par for the course. It's usually a 1.9, maybe a 2.8. Occasionally you might get a 3.7 out of this, but it's almost always a 1.9 or a 2.8. And more often than not, a 1.9. We're going to go with a little bit of an increase to the camber. We're going to push the toe up as well. Let's go all the way up with the toe. And now let's do something slightly different for Kimi. Nothing too far removed, but a little bit of a difference. Let's drop the front wing down a bit, and we'll go to a 13 instead of a 13.5 on the rear wing. And then again, we'll go with a 1.9. We'll push this up a little bit further, and we'll push that all the way up as well. And let's send them to the track.
Green light now. Radio check, radio check.
Mate, I don't hear you.
That is the equivalent of new phone, who dis? I hear you, but I don't want to talk to you. No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. But he only says it after he's been asked a question.
I know it's not easy, but we need more fresh air there.
And an early gobble gobble from Gabby there. Once again, we have some rookies running. We have Logan Sieber in for Alpine. Hiromi Enju is in for Red Bull. Joseph Loke is in for Williams. No, that's not Williams. That is, I think, the other Alpine. Clifford Brutzos in for Williams. Anyone else? Patricia Diaz is in for Aston. And I think that's everybody. Yes, that's everybody. Oh. Brownling's off. Turn one.
Close to zero, positive, close to zero.
Straight into the wall.
Now.
Oh, not Browning, sorry, Brutzos.
Okay, so heading into turn
Browning's
one
retired.
The car makes contact, and they'll have to pick themselves up after that. And not much that the team can do about that one.
That is very early in the session. That is almost the equivalent of Kimi Antonelli spinning at Monza
Here we go, heading
last
into
season.
turn one. And ends up making contact with the barrier. And that won't do their confidence any good.
Evening, Wayne. So an interesting Grand Prix weekend. Mighty performance from Max. Problems for Pirelli. They brought their softest compounds of tyre for this Grand Prix weekend to try and encourage the two-stop. And even though some teams went for the two-stop, and in some cases, I think a couple of drivers might even have stopped 3 times, it wasn't viable. The one stop was king. And the only reason we ended up with multiple stops was because of the VSC and then the full-blown safety car for... whose retirement was it first? They brought out the VSC. I forget whose car went out at first. I forget who went out second, actually, as well. I think it was... one of them was Bortoletto, I think. We have 84 and 85% on our setups. A little bit of tweaking needed.
Front on the cold side.
We've still got plenty of time, actually. I'm going to call them in. We've still got over 40 minutes left in the session. We got that feedback really quickly. So I'm going to bring them in and make the changes now. And have another bite at the cherry on this one. In this session.
Box.
Can I copy that?
McLaren not looking as strong. Abysmal qualifying for Ferrari, but they look pretty good once they got into clean air in the Grand Prix, Leclerc looked quite aggressive with his overtakes. Hamilton had a very quiet start to the Grand Prix, stuck behind Antonelli for a long time, but once he got past him, he had some really good pace. He benefited from the VSC, able to make his first stop
in front of the garage.
in about half the time everyone else did, along with a few others like Max. That safety, that VSC, it killed the Grand Prix in terms of competition. There was no way that Max was going to lose after that. Even with the safety car restart, he had much fresher tyres than Piastri. He was never really in any real danger. Let's try. Let's try that. That's the problem with the modern Formula One cars. They're just so damn big. You go to an old school track like Imola, which is a great track, but it's so narrow. There's not a great number of overtaking opportunities. It's very easy to defend. Right, braking stability. So that needs to come right down. I do need to make some other tweaks as well. I'm going to drop the camber bit. Bring that down a bit more. Need to find 15%. Don't want to mess with the rear wing because that's perfect. Let's try that. See how that works. I mean, you don't really realize it until you actually see a car from today against a car from 15 years ago, or even like 20 years ago, and you see the size difference. You compare them to the cars from the early 90s. They're huge. They're monstrously big in comparison to the 90s cars. And I know some of that is safety improvements, but I mean, they are just so damn big these days that I wouldn't mind seeing them maybe made smaller. I know they're going to get a little bit smaller with the new regs coming in next year, but not by much.
Watch your mirrors.
They're heavy as well. They're not very nimble in comparison to the originals of the previous bygone eras.
Weave as much as you can, keep tires in temperature. Try to work a bit more on tires now.
Both the Saubers looking pretty quick, but doesn't necessarily mean too much at this stage. Again, it's practice. They could have been very low fuel runs that they did to get them there. They might even be slipstream runs. You can see Iwasa was getting a nice little tow there behind Piastri for a moment, which moved him up. Gasly, where's Gasly? Just pulled into the pits. I don't think that's necessarily genuine pace.
How was the balance now?
We know how powerful the slipstream is in this game. And we have gained 3% with those changes to Kimi. Oh dear. A little bit more. We gained 6% there with Mini. Still a fair bit of work to do. So that to me suggests that maybe we need to change the roll bar to a 2.8. unless we broke something in the process.
Get grip.
Tires are the cold side.
We'll get them to about 30% and then we'll call them in. There we go.
Box, box.
Let's see what we need to change. Oh, well, there we go. Straight away, the roll bar. We also need to pull that back a bit and then dial that right back as well. That's too much. Front wing's not quite there. Let's try going up to a 5. Let's try that. And once again, look, roll bar. So I need to sneak this in a bit. I'm going to go to that, I think, and we'll try that. That might be a bit too much change there that we've just made, but we'll find out in the next session.
The garage.
We've already made the changes, haven't we? So we're just waiting for the session to end now. All right, so let's get prepped for free practice 2. I'm going to go with 30 laps for this session. Just run them once. We are going to run on the mediums.
Okay, green light.
Let's see how we do.
And how's the car?
Optimal's always a good sign. There we go. Bang on. 100%. Love to see that. Can we duplicate that here for Mini? I think this one we might have changed a bit too much. Yeah, there we go. Only 93%.
Confirm.
So definitely a bit more work to do on that car. But that should hopefully help narrow down what needs to change. Because we definitely overcorrected certain things, and that should, by moving further away from where we need to be, give us a clearer indication which direction we actually need to go to move it back into alignment. up to about 45% plus setup. So it's going to be 94% there for Kimi, because his setup is nailed. It'll be a little bit less for Mini. There we go, 91%. So we've broken the front wing. Sorry, the rear wing, sorry. So we need to push that back that way. Now we've broken the cornering and the traction, so we need to correct by doing that. But we're still not close enough. I wonder, do I have to go to a 5.5? I mean, it's possible. It's pretty rare to have to go that high. But I think that's too much of an overcorrection as well. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's go with that. Let's see how that works. I'm not convinced. Might be wrong on that one, but it should certainly get us closer. That's all she wrote for us in this session. We will find out the result of Mini's setup tweaks in FP3. Kimi only needs to run very briefly in FP3 as well, just to get that last 5%. Red Bull looking a little quick. Isaac up into third. Lawson right up there, but again, that's got to be... Yeah, he's getting a slipstream look. This is why I don't pay too much attention to practice times, because especially on a track like this, it's so easy to distort the actual pace. They do one blistering lap stuck in a slipstream, and it throws everything off. Oh, big spin for Fittipaldi, but I think he kept that out the barrier. Just. He would have been right up against it there. All right, that's the end of day one. We've got wet weather coming up, potentially, in the next session. We have penalties for Porsche, and nobody else so far. Day two coming right up. So, let's see. Looks like it's going to start this session dry. We are going to go with... medium tyres. It's going to be a dry race. We've made the changes to the setup there for Mini. We're going to go with 25 laps of running. If we get it right, that's all he'll need. If we've got it wrong, we're going to have to call him in and make changes anyway. So, and... Again, 25 laps should be enough to find 6% for Antonelli. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. Let me quickly double check. Car parks are still viable. send them out for final practice.
Okay, green light.
We're going to get a little tiny smidgen of rain in about 10, 12 minutes for about a minute. Maybe it'll be a bit wet in qualifying, but this session, it looks like it's going to be essentially pretty much bone dry. We'll get a slight smattering, a sprinkling of rain.
Copy.
Now focus on tires prep.
Yeah, copy.
So then, let's see. If we've got it right.
Copy, copy.
There is the wet weather prediction, which will last all of a minute.
Copy.
There we go. We're at not even 1 mil. We're at 0.01 millimeters of water. 0.02. Wonder how high it will actually get. We need to find 4%. We are halfway through the prep for Mini. That's 0.1 mil. Ooh, risk of a fault developing for Antonelli. I mean, that engine is, yeah, it's not in great shape, is it? But it's only got to get through just a few more laps. We are up to we're still on 96%. Track acclimatization will start going up at a higher rate. About now. They've just started to kickstart that curve into that higher acceleration rate. We're at 4 out of 5 feedback. Rain has stopped. We got to 0.18, I think.
Okay, copy, that's copy.
Looks no more rain coming now, but we'll keep you posted.
Copy.
Yeah, it didn't even hit 0.2 mil. %. It's close. It's so close.
I think I will
But we're not going to have enough fuel
Okay, okay.
to get him enough track time. So we're going to call him in. So it is going to be it's got to be a 5.5. Has to be. Let's correct that. I need to find 6%. That is now off by a tiny little bit. Do I go up any further? I think we'll leave it like that. I think 98% for Antonelli. There we go. Antonelli's at 100%, so we can get him in. And there we go. 100% driver prep. Lovely stuff. That's one of our cars taken care of. So Staniek's car has some damage to it. Let's see if we can figure out what that is. Oh, it's engine wear. He's got a worn engine, and it's just gone orange, which means that will get switched out just in time for qualifying.
They're carrying some kind of fault.
So that Williams will have a brand new powertrain fitted before qualifying. That'll increase its pace quite nicely. In theory. It's not always that simple. More often than not, the biggest pace killer, as I've said many times before, it's the gearbox, not the condition of the engine. You will lose considerably more time when your gearbox starts to play up compared to when your engine starts to play up. Massive amount more time.
I think we have a really good time.
We're still at 96. Ah, come on. I wonder if I've broken the rear wing by moving the front wing. It's possible that this setup might not go all the way up to 100. We've got enough track time now, so we're covered either way.
You can stop at the stop position.
So we don't have to get it to 100% now because the prep is there. But it's always just that nice little ego boost. Be able to nail both cars. Let's see where we went wrong. Oh, no, we got the front wing right. So it's the toe. 4%. That means it's got to be like 3 clicks that way, and then it's got to be something like that. That's going to break too much. Let's revert. So we want to push that all the way up that way, and then if we do that, yeah, we'll try it. I mean, we've got enough leeway that we're covered if we get it wrong. But I am curious. I do want to see if I can nail it. It's a source of pride at this point. Okay, end of practice. Qualifying is up next.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Spielberg's short track comes with 2 high-speed straights. It might be tempting to prioritize low downforce here, but teams risk losing time when cornering if they do.
We're looking at McLaren here. Karun, how do you think their driver
That's
will be
not
feeling
McLaren.
today?
If you compare them with their teammate, there's not a big difference between the two. I think they'll be hungry to impress today.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Okay. So, we need to swap these parts out because, yeah, that's going to be a very painful race if we don't. Horrendously painful race. Let's try and put the best bits in that we can. In some cases, we don't really have any options. Antonelli's definitely going to need some more bits as the season progresses, I think. 83% engine. Mini might need a new powertrain by the end of the season. Should hopefully be okay on the ERS, and we can keep that gearbox in. That gearbox will get through this weekend fine before it starts to dip, and then we'll have to go back to the other one for the next race onwards. But we have soft tyres. We do still have the threat of rain threading its way throughout qualifying, so we've got to be on it. See, we have got a little bit of water coming. I'm going to give Mini a tow. We can just do this one run and get both drivers through. That would be lovely. Quite a few cars coming out early. I expect to see most of the grid popping out almost immediately, given that little bit of water coming. It's not a massive amount, but it's certainly going to be enough, I think, to prevent someone from improving unless they have a horrible first run. It shouldn't last very long either, according to the radar. They'll be dry running again at the end of the session, but radar has been known to be wrong. So we need to nail this first attempt just to be certain. They're still piling up the pits, look. It's just Gasly and Iwasa left to leave the pit box. We could, there they are, we could have some traffic problems here.
Straight out, track is clear.
Charge off and go when you want.
At the moment, all clear. Hot push when you are ready. Hot push. Position is good.
Not quite close enough to get the full benefit here for Mini, but hopefully we can get something. He is down on Kimi in the first sector. Oh, we are rocking up to the back of Gasly and Iwasa. No problem for Mini. For Kimi, sorry. Mini, I don't know if he got held up in the turn 4 there by Gasly. Iwasa was out the way nicely. Nobody else is going to be an issue. And now you can see other cars are starting to hit them in awkward spots. Someone's going to get held up at some point. Iwasa's just all over the place trying to get out of the way. There we go. We've got a 10.6. 2.5 tenths for Mini. And look at that, we are 2 seconds quicker than Fuji, Sargent, Piastri. There's an Alpine getting held up. Who's going to get close? Isaac Hadjar is the closest so far. Oh, Staniek crosses the line, getting a slipstream from the back of one of the Astons. Was that Albon? Yes, it was. And Staniek has that new engine as well. That's given him a mighty boost. Porsche gets a slipstream behind Verstappen. Piastri could be in danger of elimination if he can't get a clean run on his next attempt. That's really going to pile the pressure on. It's a very short lap. So it's entirely possible that he'll have time for 2-3 more runs. But yeah, Oscar already under some pressure.
And we box.
And that is glorious for us. We've done enough to get through. Rain is coming any second. Let's keep an eye on Oscar. See that water level starting to go up. It looks like everyone's going to sit it out now until the track dries up a bit. Oh, there goes Lance Stroll and Fudo Fuji. Russell's back out again. It's a little bit too early. Track now starting to dry up. Here comes Oscar, and he's at the head of a queue. Someone's made a mistake. It's Behrman spinning out at turn 3. Not happy with the balance of his car. Feels the rear is a little loose there. Porsche is going to get potentially another slipstream here. And which Aston is that? Is that Albon? Albon tucked up behind... Oh no, wait. It's not. It's Russell coming in. Albon's halfway around the lap. Oscar finds a bit of time in the first. Porsche does not. He is up in the middle sector as well. So this will get Piastri through. He's had a nice clean lap. Nothing in the way. Pops him up to 4th between our two cars. Who else is a big name at risk? The Red Bulls are starting to look a little nervous. In 14th and 15th. George is on a flying lap. So is Stoffel. So is Fuji. So is Behrman. That's enough cars on a flying lap right now to put both Red Bulls in the drop zone. Fuji does not improve. So, a little bit more safety. There's still Iwasa and Ocon to start their flying laps as well. So Leclerc now starts his lap. There's a chance that actually Max should be okay. There's more of a chance of Leclerc getting knocked out, I think, at this point, if he hits traffic in an awkward spot. Russell did improve. He's up to P8. Oh, there's a Williams in the way. Was that Staniek? Could have been either Staniek or Tsunoda at this point. Charles Leclerc crosses the line. Doesn't improve. He's at risk. There's still 2 cars below him that could improve. Here comes Max. Are we going to see yet another early exit from Charles Leclerc in qualifying? Max only improves to 13th. Here comes Iwasa. Oh, he's got traffic. I think he got away with it. He's got a little bit of a slipstream here from the back of, I think, Esteban Ocon, who's the other car trying to improve. Ocon doesn't improve. Iwasa only finds a 10th. Leclerc hangs on by the skin of his teeth. Logan Sargent is out, along with both the Saubers of Fudo Fujii and Ayumu Iwasa. Both Alpines are out. Stoffel Van Dorn and Esteban Ocon. And Ollie Behrman is also eliminated. That's your 6 eliminated at the end of Q1. And you can see we now have penalties for Staniek as well. That'll be a part penalty, because he didn't have one going into this Grand Prix. All right, we're going to get more rain. We're starting on the Inters, and yes, we did go very wrong. Look, we went the wrong way. Well, our driver setup is still in very high, so we're not going to mess with it. We're not going to go chasing it. I'm actually going to go with 2 flying laps. Track is going to get worse as the session progresses. So we're going to go out nice and early. Lawson's in front of us. There's a good chance that we might actually catch up to Lawson. We're doing 2 flying laps, so the first lap will get the confidence way up, as well as hopefully being competitive. And then the second run, or the second lap of the run, should hopefully let us improve by a good couple of tenths per driver.
Track is clear.
Traffic's a bit more spaced out this time around. Given there's no imminent threat of rain, it's already here. You haven't seen the whole field go piling out.
More push when you're ready.
We are going to catch cars in awkward spots by the look of it. Oh, so smooth on the exit of 3 there for Kimi. Oh, Mini getting held up really badly. Really badly. Thank you, Ollie. Or was that Stroll? That was Stroll. Forgot Behrman's already out. Someone's gone quicker than us in the first sector. My guess would be one of the Cadillacs. Mini gets through the rest of the lap without any issues. Yeah, one of those Cadillacs is flying compared to us at the moment. Antonelli crosses the line. Quicker than Lawson by 3.3 tenths. Nearly 3.5 tenths. Mini is down in third. No surprise there after that huge delay. 1.5 seconds behind Lawson, nearly. 1.4 seconds. He's 1.7 seconds off his teammate. Actually, no, that's 1.7 seconds off Oscar, Joe is there as well. We are very close, look. 3 thousandths. It's 3 thousandths of a second. But both Cadillacs right up there. Less than a tenth separating the top three at the moment. This is a session where things could go down to the wire.
Watch behind.
For some cars. Short track, lap times are going to be critical. Max and Porsche both pumped in excellent times. This is why we're doing a 2-lap run to try and squeeze that improvement. Here comes Stroll. Move out of his way.
The tires is good. There is no
And now we go again. So Antonelli is probably safe.
Tires.
So we're going to focus on Mini on this lap.
Track is clear. We are ready. More push, more push.
See if he can get through without being held up. First up is Lance Stroll. Stroll dives out of the way. No improvement for Antonelli, but Mini's found some time. We should have enough battery to do the second lap as well. You use a little bit less battery when the track is wet. We're up in the middle sector again. No improvement for Kimi. Get out of the way, Aston. Get out of the way. Ooh, did we get a little lift there because of traffic or just because of the corner? Hard to tell. But Mini gets through up into third place. That's Mini safe, I think.
This is Zilla. Keep up the pace.
We are going to prep for one more run. You can see the track water levels just crept up. It's now hit that window where it's starting to increase. If it doesn't go up by much, then we'll be fine for another run. But the more it goes up, the bigger the impact it's going to have on lap time potential. We are going to go for just one flying lap. Get out as quick as we can to minimize the impact of this increase in water level.
Okay, track is clear.
And all of a sudden, we're in 6th and 7th.
Charge off and push.
Porsche's found a bit of time. Mini moving over for Gasly.
Tires okay. Gap for the car ahead is okay. Okay, go for it.
That's a lot of traffic potential on this lap for both cars here. Kimi's found a bit of time in the first sector. So is Mini. Cleared Porsche. This is where things could get a little difficult. Tsunoda hogging the inside there. Haas gets out of the way as well. And that's going to be a clean run now for Kimi to the flag. Antonelli has a McLaren potentially in the way. Thank you, Teo. And that's a big improvement there for Kimi. Found 3/10. Mini is up in both sectors as well.
This is Zilla. This is Zilla.
Copy.
And Mini improves up to P4. That is possibly it for us. We are through with those times. I don't think we're likely to get knocked out. Anyone at risk at the moment? No big name casualties, but I mean, look how tight it is. Max is only 3/10 away and he's in 7th. If the cars behind can find a good lap, and their chances of doing that are slipping away with every passing second, with the track getting wetter and wetter, it's not impossible that someone might not max out, but I think Max will be out there getting another run. In fact, given the track water level, I'd be surprised. Yeah, no one's going out again. So there we go. Eliminated at the end of Q2 is Isaac Hajar, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, George Russell, Alex Albon, and Enzo Fittipaldi. Top 10 shootout is coming up next. We are back on soft tyres. We're going to use the tyres we used in the first session for our opening lap. And we're going to go out right at the beginning. We can potentially squeeze 3 runs in here, depending on the weather. And we've got weather coming. That's not ideal. All right, so... yeah, this could be it. If I'd realised how I didn't thought about it, didn't even register. I thought that was going to be it for the weather. I would have gone out with brand new tyres.
Prepare a bit the gap.
Copy.
Yeah, we could be up against it here. Do not rate my chances of getting pole position today with that threat of rain looming. Going to go early on the push. Oh, no, cancel calling. There we go.
Warm up the tires.
Just to see if I can get back to the pits in time to throw on a fresh set of softs and go again before the track gets too wet. Mini's tyres hit the window as he crosses the line. Kimi's tyres not quite in the window just yet, but there will be by the time he hits turn 3. And Mini is close enough here to actually get a good slipstream run. We're going to have a Red Bull in the way. Potentially. It gets out of our way nice and quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if Mini out-qualifies Antonelli here. And he does by half a second.
Recharge on.
Copy.
And we're going to keep pushing them.
Okay, more charge.
At least with the tyres, because we're going to throw these tyres away. Don't fight each other, guys. There we go. So, we're actually ahead of Porsche thanks to Mini's slipstream there. I am surprised by that. It's going to start raining any moment.
I'm in the pit.
So follow pit lane, speed limit.
Ow!
Obviously.
What? Why? No!
Stop to the garage.
Shit. Well, that's it. Mini's going to run out of fuel. That's going to red flag the session, I think. There we go. That's him coasting out of fuel. Red flag. And that... I don't know why Mini didn't come in. I think it's because I took manual control and cancelled the call-in. Oh, I cancelled the call-in before I took manual control, so it didn't register that. And that is now a very wet track. And I think that is potentially it. I don't think we're going to get any chance to improve Antonelli here. So we have kind of lucked our way in a little bit to pole position. I don't think anyone's going to improve. Let's see. I want to do an out lap, flying lap, 2 cool down laps, another flying lap, then my in lap. So I need 3 additional laps of fuel. And we have Charles Leclerc following us out of the pits. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to improve here. We are going to do, as I say, something a little different with Kimi here. See if we can maybe shake things up a bit. We won't have enough battery if we were to just do a 2-lap run with a cool-down lap. We wouldn't have enough battery for the second lap, which is why I'm doing it like this. Going to just do 1 flying run, but with 3 additional laps of fuel. And then we will call him, tell him to stay out instead of letting him come in at the end of the flying lap. And we'll do 2 laps to recharge that battery, cool the tyres down, and then we'll go gung-ho for another flying lap. We should just about have enough time for it. Take manual control now just to get these tyres into the window.
Warm tires and brakes.
No lift off needed from our side.
Copy.
And also to pull away from Leclerc. Track is very wet.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Very wet for slicks at 0.6. Tyres are not heating up as quickly as they should as a result of the water. No improvement in the first, no surprise there. Tyres still not up to temperature yet. still not up to temperature. Finally hit temperature towards the end of the lap. My God, that took a long time.
Charge on.
Yeah.
We got no improvement anywhere on the lap. The water level is going to stay static. It's not going to improve. So, yeah, it's going to be very hard for us to find something.
Copy.
We can cancel liftoff.
Copy.
My only concern is I may be taking a little bit too much out of the tyres with this. I would have had enough fuel for another run. Oh, I forgot to call him in.
Box. Stop in front of the garage.
Never mind. We'll just send him straight back out again. We'll strip that extra fuel out and we'll send him straight back out. See if we can get lucky. I don't think we will, but it's worth a try. Let's see if anyone else tries their hand. Yeah, Staniek's coming out. And so is Leclerc again. Leclerc, we will beat into turn one. No issues there. There he is. Hopefully Staniek will not get in our way. Staniek's done well to get himself into the top 10. So's Lawson. Again, no improvement in that first sector. I think this is it. I think grid order is established. I don't think anyone's going to improve. Tyres are at least in the window. Need to see an improvement here. Didn't get it. Yep. So Mini's going to start on pole. Completely accidentally. That red flag, because he ran out of fuel, has completely neutralised qualifying. Completely unintentional. I wanted to give him the lead to slipstream Kimi for the next lap, but he didn't come in, and that piled on the water level. So there we go. It is Mini starting on pole. Porsche has a penalty. I'm not sure if it's for a collision, it's a 3-place penalty, or if it is part penalty. But it does mean that at best he will start in P5. Oscar, Antonelli and Zhou will all move up a place. Then it's the two Red Bulls of Max and Leclerc, 6th and 7th. Gasly starts P8. 9th is Liam Lawson and 10th for Roman Staniek, but I think he has at least a 10-place penalty. So he's going to be starting effectively from the back.
Here among the mountains in Austria, the teams are preparing for the 71 laps of today's race.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
Spielberg's challenges are all about overtaking. The DRS zones here mean passing is very possible, especially if your tyres are in a better condition than the next cars. But get caught out having to manage less than fresh tyres, and you could be a sitting duck. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
All right, so strategy choice is going to be pretty straightforward for us. We are going to go softs and mediums. We might start on the mediums and then go softs afterwards. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Won't be able to do that as aggressively with Mini. His tyre wear isn't as good. Yeah, it's kind of borderline, isn't it? All right. Let's go with that then. Let's take some fuel out. It's how much for a lap? 1.4 kilos. Let's take 3 laps of fuel out. I'm going to push the pace. Not going to push the pace there. We are prepped and ready. The Austrian Grand Prix is next.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement.
Starting P12 and probably starting to question what they can get out of this one. How much ground can they make up?
Here we go. It's time to go racing. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Both Cadillacs starting on the mediums as well. It's a good getaway for Mini. Antonelli has that slipstream as well. And he is able to use that to out-drag Piastri. Max has made a good getaway off the line as well. He's up to P4 briefly. Joe now trying to use the slipstream to get back in front and box in Verstappen. Piastri having a little look at the back of Antonelli there. And now he has the slipstream and he's going to power on through. Is Max going to have a go as well? We have a yellow flag somewhere behind us. That is Isaac Hajar, I think.
Keep focus, everything can happen. Keep focus.
He has dropped 4 seconds off the back.
It looks to be the Mercedes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he just lost it, didn't he? I wasn't sure what to expect, but I certainly wasn't expecting to see that. Here comes Verstappen. He's going to dive up the inside of Antonelli. And Mini loses out to Piastri and then loses out to Antonelli thanks to the DRS. Max gets through as well. He's getting sandwiched here between a Red Bull and a Cadillac. He's got DRS this time. There goes Zhou. It's side by side, though, all the way with Charles Leclerc. Leclerc's going to have the inside line. We get pushed onto the gravel. And Mini loses out to Charles as well. He's down to 6th. Horrible couple of corners there for Gabriele Mini.
Overtake available.
Fastest lap for Oscar Piastri. I think Kimi might take that away from him on this lap. Zhou's got an issue.
I lost RPM. I have no rest.
Gasly has got through on Mini as well. It's been a torrid couple of laps here for Mini. Started on pole, he's down to 7th. And Zhou is just dropping away from the back of the front three now.
I am right.
You do your best.
More charge.
Porsche is into the pits. Why is he in the pits? What happened to Porsche? Did he have a collision somewhere that we missed? He started 12th. He's changed tyres. It's gone to mediums.
Just do your best. I know it's difficult.
Overtake available.
So Piastri losing out to both Max and Kimi.
They are doing a good job there.
Kimi into peak confidence, and now we're going to try and sprint if we can with Kimi. What's up to Max? Oh, Max has gone over the... Max got pushed off the curb.
You are doing a good job.
And he's dropped like a stone. He's down to 16th.
So let's take a look at the replay. We're watching the Ferrari. The opportunity's there. That was simply superb.
And that puts Mini up into P3. And I'm not going to be able to break away. So instead, I'm going to back off.
Copy.
Mini gets the fastest lap. Hopefully, Mini can get close enough
Copy.
to pick up the slipstream of Oscar,
Overtake is available.
get into the DRS and make this a 3-car breakaway with 2 of them being us. That's going to be tricky. We're going to have to burn all of his battery just to try and get him back into range.
No,
There we go. There he is.
More charge. Use overtake.
Okay, so we open the gap.
And now we have front row seats for the battle between Oscar and Kimi. And a 2.5 second gap back to Zhou, Leclerc, Gasly, Russell, Lawson. Well, everybody all the way down to Stoffel, who's picked up some damage. Has he hurt his underfloor there, I wonder?
More the charge. More charge.
Oscar will go through here. And he gets the DRS as well, I believe. Yes, he does.
It's just a lot of confidence.
So we've got Mini up into peak confidence now. Oh, round the outside. That's brave. And he makes it work as well. What a move from Kimi.
Good job.
That was lovely. I want to see that from a different angle. Full commitment here. Around the outside, right up against the gravel there.
Yes, let's go.
Beautiful stuff.
Mode charge.
Evening, Farrah. Gasly is through into 4th place now, ahead of Zhou. Leclerc down into 7th. Max still down in 15th after that little trip off the side of the track, exiting turn 3. So how goes your
Don't give up.
PS4 season, Farah? Oh, we have another yellow flag. Is that another turn 3 incident? Oh, I'm seeing lots of damage. There's multiple collisions going on by the look of it. Oh, shit. He's parked off the track. Let me just ram him. Oh dear, oh dear. So that's Lawson, Van Dorn, Fittipaldi and Sargent. Let's see this again. So there's the first crash. That's the second one. Oh my god, is that another crash as well?
And for the crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
And now Fittipaldi has an issue. Albon's picked up a penalty. That must be for the first collision. I'm guessing. I don't know. Enzo is in panic stations. Waiting for that Ferrari powertrain to pop. Actually, are they still with Ferrari? Let's have a look. Yes, they are. They are using Ferrari engines. Sargent's got a penalty. No surprise there. He just literally rammed a stationary car.
Mode charge.
Evening, Gravezilla. Don't think I've seen you pop up in the chat before, unless that's a name change. Alright, so let's have a look. Antonelli is doing about the same as us on tyre wear. No, Antonelli, sorry, Piastri.
It's okay, it's okay.
We have the softs to come.
Very good.
I take it he has a ban for a while.
Can you block me?
I know.
It takes 2 weeks before you can change it again. I did not know that.
No problem, no problem.
Another yellow flag. My God, it's all popping off here. Another crash.
And we've had a crash on track. Now this was at turn 1. Pushing a bit too hard at this point. And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. And there'll be more than one unhappy team after that.
I did wonder when you said it's Tony. It's like, Do I throw a test question out there just to see if it really is Tony? The video we uploaded has 2,000 views already.
Do your best, man. Tsunoda behind.
Well, he can't monetize it.
Tsunoda behind 5 seconds.
I need to investigate this.
Tsunoda behind.
Good job.
At the moment they are doing well. Do your best. Tsunoda behind. Behind there is Tsunoda 5 seconds.
Okay, so it's not. It's not a unique channel. Channel name either. You've got Grapezilla on Twitch, which is definitely not your son, I think. There's also at Grapezilla Official on YouTube, which is somebody else.
It's okay.
Although either the channel for Grapezilla Official is either banned or shot down. Yeah, 2.1k views. Oh, it's a short. Oh, well, that doesn't mean anything. That means absolutely nothing, that many views on a short. Because it's not even a proper view, it's just an impression. It's just, if someone sees it in their feed as they scroll through and it even if it auto plays or not, that still counts as a view. So, yeah.
Next one.
All right, let's turn our attention back to the race. Yeah, haven't had a crash in a moment, so it's all gone a bit quiet. There's Hajar popping out of the pits. Albon stopped recently as well. He's gone onto a set of hards as well. Porsche stopping very, very, very early on. Not quite sure why he stopped quite so early. We missed whatever that reason was. We have a 6-second gap back to fourth place. You can just see them in the background there. Leclerc and Tsunoda leading that little battle at the moment. We're going to start to save some fuel. All these crashes, we haven't had a single VSC yet.
Good job.
You might change your account to Tony's Fishing and upload vlogs of your trips. Yeah, might as well. Just don't call it something like Tony's Tackle or Tony's Chum Bucket, because you'll get some very strange people popping up in your chat.
Piastri has DRS.
Tony's Pink Maggot.
Keep focus.
Welcome to Tony's Tackle Box. Today I'm going to teach you how to fish hook. Oh dear, oh dear. I spent far too much time online.
The race is long. Keep focus.
You are doing very well.
So yeah, we are cruising at the moment. We are sitting very comfortably ahead of the rest of the field. Max has got his way back up into 12th place, but he's still stuck in some DRS trains, making it harder for him to move up. Might be able to make a move on Iwasa here, who is in danger of being dropped by George.
Down. Keep focus.
Yes, let's go.
Oh, and he drops off the track again. It's another place lost. Someone was just, yeah, my housemate was just talking about that earlier today. He says he's picked that up, Age of Empires 2.
Leclerc behind.
Evening, Adrian. We've got a couple more cars into the pits. New front wing for Logan Sargent. Can't do much about the hole in the wing for Stoffel, unfortunately. So Stoffel watch is going to be depressing viewing for Comet. Now Tsunoda's got an orange fault.
That's the gear, no gear.
But he's got in front of of Leclerc, and now that means he can potentially hold up Leclerc a little bit. Well, maybe not. Leclerc's just going to go straight past him here.
He's still longer to go.
Yeah, we can just leave our boys to it for a little while. We're coming up to the pit window for Antonelli. Zhou's fault escalates as well now. We're seeing all sorts of problems starting to develop for drivers here. They've got damage, they've got faulty parts. This is going to be a pretty comfortable race for us. We're definitely on for a double podium. Hopefully we can get a 1-2.
You are doing a good job, so keep working on that.
Everybody just dogpiles here on Yuki Tsunoda. Here comes Fudo Fujii. He goes flying through. Tsunoda holds him off, but he hasn't got the acceleration with the gearbox now.
Keep focus, everything can happen. Keep focus.
Oh, looks like Kimi took a little trip through the gravel there. And all of a sudden, our comfortable 1-2, or our comfortable, top three, starting to slip a little bit. We lost the DRS. For both cars, so we're going to have to push a little bit just to make sure we get back in range. George is into the pits. That's a new front wing for George.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Not a bad stop, considering that was a wing change as well. And Mini is struggling to stay with Oscar here. But Antonelli's in range to make the move here. And hopefully he can slingshot through.
Fastest lap.
Copy.
And close that gap back up for us.
I am trying.
Keep focus, everything can happen. Keep focus.
In fact, I think Oscar might have been pushing. That might be why, yeah, looking at his lap time, I think that's why he was actually pulling away from us. He was pushing slightly. Because now that we stopped pushing our battery, we're back in range just about.
Overtake available.
And there we go. Now we are back in range.
Move charge, move charge.
Ooh, don't hit each other, boys. So Gasly and Leclerc have hooked back up. Oh, I was going to say they hooked back up again. Leclerc takes a trip through the gravel, and he is now down behind Zhou and Fujii. Tsunoda's fallen way behind thanks to those gearbox problems. And with Gasly on his own, he's going to rise into the pits. I would imagine, and so's Leclerc. Leclerc in as well. Now, McLaren are notoriously bad at pit stops, but they got him out cleanly. Soft tyres going on for Charles Leclerc, but he will have taken a little bit of time out of Gasly there. Where is Max? Max is still down in 16th place. Oh, look at this traffic. Oh, he stopped as well. Max has put on a set of hard tyres. And Staniek gets out right behind Verstappen on a set of soft tyres. There's just nowhere for Max to go at the moment. He's completely boxed in. We'll go another lap with Antonelli.
Box.
Box.
Look at this train that's forming behind Ollie Behrman. Porsche dives through. Behrman's into the pits. And now Max is unleashed a little bit. He'll have DRS on Porsche here on the run up to turn 3. And there's Staniek on those softs. And Staniek gets past Max. Max is having a horrible afternoon.
Push now.
Keep focus on our race.
So this is going to be an opportunity here for Antonelli to break away from Piastri. And it's going to be nip and tuck between Mini and Oscar as to who stops first between those two. But Antonelli's boxing this lap. Mini has another 3 laps to go after this lap. So there is an undercut opportunity. We will sprint Antonelli as soon as he gets out of the pits. See if we can break away from Oscar with a nice, powerful undercut. And then we'll take it from there.
Everything is right.
I am wondering if Piastri might be thinking about a one-stop, going onto a set of hard tyres. Oh, good stop. Nice and quick. 1.87. We definitely go quicker than that, but it's good enough. You're just going to slow Mini down a little bit here.
Gasly 1.6 behind.
Just to further frustrate Piastri.
Warm up the tires.
Okay, you can slow down a bit now.
Everything can happen in this race.
Overtake available.
Many block me.
I know.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
Very defensive driving from Sonoda, but we're through with DRS as well, and we are away.
More charge, more charge.
And all this side by side is slowing down Oscar and Mini. We're in the 109s right now.
Good job.
Let me check your question in a second. We're getting close to a pit stop.
Do your best, man.
There we go. Right. We're still holding up. So let me read the question. The faults with a cog represent that one of the three limited parts is on its way out. Yeah, the cog. Well, not necessarily. No, the cog represents a fault. So if we pause, for example, go to powertrain. The faults will have different effects. They're not always the same. But the fault that we have with who is it? Zhou and Sonoda, for example. So let's look at Zhou or Sonoda. Sonoda's first. So he's got a gearbox that has gone orange. Now that means it's in bad shape. But it went orange from being, albeit worn, no actual like yellow wear on it. So it might be that that's just a severe fault. Because it's a fault and the wear rate is quite high and it's orange, there's a chance that that fault could escalate and actually break that gearbox before the race ends, and that would be it. At the end of the race, assuming that it gets through, then that gearbox will then have some permanent damage assigned to it, and that'll either be yellow or orange. Probably orange, I would imagine. Let's take a look at Zhou. Zhou has problems with his engine. So he's getting a reduced power output from the fault, and it doesn't look like it's temporary because it has escalated into orange and has been playing up since like the second or third lap. So that looks like it's going to be permanent damage done to that engine, which will then translate into a diamond at the end of the Grand Prix. Anything that has a diamond is just damage. So it might be a wear on a powertrain component, or it might be damage to the car. So for Stoffel, that is the damage that he's got. He's got a hole in his rear wing. That's the damage that's showing for him. Lawson doesn't have a damaged rear wing, but he does have a damaged front wing. You can see the right end plate is missing. And so that's what the diamond is representing there, is that there is damage to that car. Staniek doesn't have the damaged front wing or rear wing, but that does indicate that he has damage to his car. Now, let's see if it's a powertrain component. It's not. His powertrain is absolutely fine. So that means it's going to be something like his underfloor, or his chassis, or his suspension, or his side pods. One of those four things is going to be damaged and will need to be replaced at the end of the Grand Prix. So cogs represent faults. which can translate into permanent damage. Exclamation points represent damage or wear to either a powertrain part or an aerodynamic part on the car. That's why you have to kind of go into the car condition thing here just to kind of delve in and see exactly what the issue is, because it's not always the clearest thing to view. If that makes sense.
Focus on tires.
As far as damage goes, with the AI, if it's an aerodynamic part, so or like a structural part like the chassis, the suspension, the side pods, or the underfloor, if it takes damage in a session, it will be switched out for the next session. In terms of powertrain, if it ends up at the start of a session with a yellow wear exclamation symbol, then that means it will stay on the car. If it goes orange during a session, it will get switched out for a new part at the end of that session. So if it's in practice 3 and it goes orange, then it means it'll be replaced in time for qualifying. If it goes in qualifying, then it will be replaced in time for the race, but because it's a powertrain part that's been changed, it will then facilitate a pit lane start. The AI doesn't change out worn powertrain parts until they go orange. Evening, Wallace. Is the F1 Manager game hard or pretty easy? If you don't really have much knowledge of the sport, or then that's not the worst thing. It helps, but it can be tricky at first trying to get your head around it. Once you know how the game works, it can become a little easy. Depending on what system you're playing on, you can make it harder, or you can mod it to make it even harder still. So on console, you just have the standard 3 difficulty options: easy, standard, and hard. And there's difficulty for the racing itself, and a difficulty setting for car development. If you're on PC, then you can go in and you can edit values to make it harder for yourself. You can also use the online database editor to make things much more challenging in terms of car development.
Overtake available. Keep using it.
So, Kimi stopping early has opened up an 11-second gap to Oscar. Now we need to see if we can close Mini back up. That's going to be tricky, because Oscar's going to be pushing now that he's out of the pits. I never actually looked to see what tyres he put on either. Joe is in for a set of hards. Let's see, Oscar is running hard tyres, so he could be thinking about a one-stop. He did about 30 laps on the mediums. He could probably go about 40 laps on the hards. Hard's very durable around this circuit.
At the moment, we are P6.
So what we need to do, because we're two-stopping with Mini, is we need to get up to him pretty quickly, charge up, save a little bit of tyre wear, and then we need to sprint like crazy to get away from him and leave him to dead. Otherwise, if we drag him with us, it ruins Mini's chances of getting second. But this should now theoretically be Antonelli's race to lose.
More charge.
We are coming up to the back of Zhou, who is yet to stop.
Try to recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine. More charge, more charge.
There goes Zhou into the pits.
Mode charge, mode charge.
That's hard tyres for Zhou, so it looks like they'll be going for a one stop with him as well. Let's turn our attention back to Gabriele Mini. Iwasa now has a fault.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
So let's have a look at what's wrong with Iwasa's car. So his gearbox has gone orange. That's an escalation of the fault that started earlier. So that will affect his car more heavily. And that part's likely to be worn orange at the end of the race. Again, it's an escalation of a long-term fault that he's had for quite a number of laps, so it's unlikely that's a temporary fault. It's not likely to get any better. It's just going to get worse, that car.
Mode race, okay.
All right, so this is where we are going to try and break away.
Okay.
No lift off.
We got up the inside as well, which is beautiful. So we're going to get the move. We've got the DRS. This is a chance to break away from Oscar here. Put some clear air between him and us over the rest of the lap.
Good job.
And stop him from coming along for the ride with us. Evening, Victor.
Tires are getting there.
We set the fastest lap. And we are almost onto the back of Gasly, who's there with Leclerc. Now got a 3-second gap back to Oscar. So we're in really good shape now. Let's calm the tyres down again. Let's start to save the fuel again, and let's go into top-up mode. Let's go into harvest mode.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Much better tyres than both of those two, so we'll have more pace. We need to clear them quickly, but again, we're going to want a full battery so that we can not just break away from, get past them, but break away from them and not drag them along in our slipstream. Let's save. Oh, there we go. We got the move done on Gasly.
Slow down a bit.
I think Gasly might have gone a little wide there.
You are doing a good job.
Let's
Right
take
then,
a look, as we're
take a
already
look.
setting up the move on
We're
Leclerc.
watching the Ferrari.
Yeah, Gasly just
And
going
they
over the
squeeze
curb.
by.
Killed his momentum. And that's
And
made
the
things so easy for us, because now we're about to jump Leclerc without even having to try.
Use overtake. You are doing well there.
And my hope is that if Oscar does close in on Leclerc and Gasly, he will get stuck behind them. And this is the situation I didn't want. This is Leclerc and Gasly actually getting a slipstream from us.
Good job on tires at the moment.
Come on, break him, break him, break him. Not quite. Don't think I'm going to get him here either. I'll try. It's a long DRS zone. Yeah, I'm not going to get him. All right, let's go into top up. Let's
you need the mode charge.
stay in neutral and let's calm the tyres down. At least we dropped Gasly. So it's just us and Leclerc at the moment. Gasly might close back up. And Leclerc goes through, so we're going to go back into harvest.
Mode charge.
Rebuild the battery.
Keep focus on our
And this time we'll wait until we've got a better situation to try and punch through.
Try to slow down a bit.
Yeah, copy.
But we may have actually just lost the DRS there, potentially. We did. But we will get it here off the back of the Alpine as long as it doesn't block us. Ah, it blocked us. Gasly gets through as well.
Do your best, man.
That's frustrating. But Piastri isn't closing up. Piastri now 4.5 seconds behind.
Okay, mode charge.
And we need to up the pace just a little bit because we just dropped away. There we go, back in range of Leclerc.
Keep focus on your race now.
Monaco is a soul-destroying race. It can be. It's usually a lot more eventful in the game than it is in real life, unfortunately. All right, so here we have potentially an opportunity.
I am trying.
Let's do your best. I know it's difficult.
We get up the inside of Gasly. We've got DRS on Leclerc.
Try mode attack.
And now, let's see if we can break away over the rest of the lap.
Push more than 4.
There we go. We've broken away.
You can slow down a bit.
We'll keep burning the battery.
Copy.
Let's burn off Antonelli's battery as well.
Press and hold overtake as much as you can.
Copy.
There we go. We've now got a 6.5 second gap. Well, about 6 seconds or so ish. Nearly 6.5 to Oscar. Stoffels in the pits again. He's onto a set of hard tyres. That should take him to the end. Not a good day for Alpine. One car struggling with damage, the other one struggling with a fault. They are last at the moment with both cars.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
And there we go. We've got a nice little gap opened up now. Charles is into the pits.
Copy.
So this will probably be his final pit stop. Is he going mediums or is he going hards? He's going hards. Pretty decent stop. It's going to come out behind Max. There is Max going around the outside of Fujii. Long way back from where he should be. This can be a soul-destroying race. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. That is an Aston running wide. I think it's George, or is it Albon? It's Albon. He gets swallowed up by Porsche and his teammate. But both the Astons will now have DRS on the back of Teo. George goes through. Is Alex feeling a bit froggy? Nope, he's not going to jump. And Tsunoda's gearbox has given up.
No gear, no gear. I can go first gear.
His gearbox is blown. That's going to be Yuki into the pits to retire. And George now into the pits.
I can't believe this car.
Not a happy Tsunoda. So Oscar has been making gains, as you can see. He's now just 1.3 seconds behind Pierre Gasly. Gasly's tyres starting to really wear out. Oscar is lapping quicker than us. Those tyres will take him potentially to the end of the race. We still have another set of softs to go on yet. And we have another yellow flag. Oh, no, it's Mini. What did he do? Did he lock up?
So this is what happened.
Or was he blocked by this? Ah, he was blocked by George spinning.
And the rear just lets go. And there'll be words had after this, I'm sure.
Oh, that has just destroyed the gap that we built up.
Don't give up.
Oscar's now just 3 seconds behind. He was about 7-8 seconds behind. So that's cost us. This is going to be an easy overtake here for Oscar. Through he goes. Gasly will get DRS and a chance to retake the place. That's a battery deployment, if ever there was one there, from Oscar. Oh, he got DRS as well. So yeah, battery and DRS. Oscar is on a bit of a push. Trying to close down Mini. Start to save a little bit more fuel with Kimi.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Gasly's into the pits. This will be his final scheduled stop. Hard tyres. And he will get out just... Actually, no, not just comfortably ahead of Joe. Mini fighting with George here.
More charge.
Yeah, copy.
George on those brand new hard tyres. Only a few laps old.
Try some lift off.
Copy.
Try to slow down a bit more now.
And this is really hurting Mini's pace. Being stuck in this squabble with George, who's going to get blue flagged again soon. There he goes, gets blue flagged. Does he hold up Oscar? No, he doesn't. Oscar's now right on our gearbox.
Tires update. Overtake available.
Copy, copy.
Try to stay ahead.
Going to try and stretch his stint out a little bit if we can, and really slow down Oscar as well. Oscar gets a DRS, goes around the outside of us. There's Albon popping out right behind us,
Next car
just in front of his teammate.
Clark.
Yep, copy that, copy.
Try to push a bit more speed.
Very much nursing the car a little bit here. And Albon's pushing up onto the back of Oscar. Hopefully we've been able to stay close enough to get his slipstream. I don't think we have. We've got another yellow flag. It's another crash.
So look for debris there.
So many crashes in this Grand Prix. Oh no, don't hit Kimi.
And oh,
Oh.
that's obviously far from
I
intentional.
was right behind
but there
Kimi.
was contact. And having seen it back, I think it's pretty obvious who was at fault.
See if that's a penalty. Oh, God damn it. Was that contact with us?
And here we've got a yellow flag.
George just turns into us. I think we got away without any damage. Will that be a penalty for George? Tyres are okay. I mean, they took a little bit, maybe, of a knock, but they're all right. There's no aero damage or part damage to the car. That's good. Investigation for Russell and Mini. Racing incident, no penalties.
Push flat out as much as you can.
Copy.
Let's bring Kimi in.
And box.
Copy, box now.
I think Mini might struggle for second place tonight. Third is definitely achievable.
Ciao John.
Copy.
And into the pits with an extremely deep voice is Anton Kiminelli. Oh, bad stop. Oh, man. That is a terrible stop. We lost 4 seconds on that stop.
Sorry.
Yeah, he should be. We might not get out in front of Charles here. It'll be tight. But we do get out in front. Question is, can we stay ahead?
Leclerc behind. Leclerc behind. It's 1.3. 22 laps remaining.
Charles is going to go through. He's going to try. Even with cool tyres, there's a lot of extra grip. So, we are 8.5 seconds behind Mini, 13 seconds behind Oscar, but with brand new soft tyres and an almost full battery. And we should be very quick when we get up to pace. This is Mini's in lap. Put him in neutral now. I forgot I'd left him in always defend. That's been slowing him down. Did Iwasa just give us DRS? No, he didn't, but he did get blue flagged. And that's given us a little bit of space to George.
Okay, copy.
Into the gravel goes Charles Leclerc. We now have a fault for Isaac.
It looks like they've developed a fault.
And we've got a VSC. Oh, that's perfect timing for Gabriele Mini. Perfect timing. He is into the pits. Stroll is out. Stroll's out in a big way. That's a huge crash at the end of the lap, turn 10.
Virtual safety car. Follow the delta.
Copy.
No.
Yes.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Protect the rear.
Copy.
And look how close we are now to Charles Leclerc.
There is a crash.
Thanks to that VSC. There is Leclerc.
And watch for debris.
Max is in. He's gone for a set of soft tyres. Half expected Oscar to dive in, you know. He may yet. And if he does, that's going to be game on.
Copy.
Charles is going to the end.
Piastri in front.
Because if Piastri stops now, he's going to come out very close to us. Very
Leclerc
close
behind.
indeed.
Leclerc 1.5 behind.
He's staying out.
20 laps to go.
He's not going to stop.
How are the tires?
We are still too cold on the front.
Yeah.
Focus on tires. Warm tires and brakes. You can charge off when you want.
Copy.
Mode race, okay.
Okay, copy, that's copy.
BSC is going to be ending soon. The gap is not 18.5 seconds. We know it's less than that. It's probably around about 15 seconds. But Mini's been brought right back into the hunt for the podium.
Virtual safety car ending.
Copy.
No lift off anymore.
Okay, copy.
DRS enable. We should try to close a bit more the gap there.
No saving.
Copy.
And this is going to give me the opportunity to get my two drivers back together again so they can hunt down Oscar in tandem. They see the gap is 13 seconds. Leclerc just in DRS range.
No problem, no problem. Tires at the moment are on low side. Okay, more charge, more charge.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
No management is required.
See you later, Charlie boy.
You are doing a good job there. Full overtake available.
Charge on. Charge on.
Copy.
So now comes the tricky bit. Dropping Charles and getting onto Antonelli without running out of battery.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
It's not something we're going to be able to easily achieve. We can get onto Kimi, but Charles coming along for the ride.
Overtake button.
Copy.
More charge, more charge.
There we go. Now hopefully we can leave Charles behind. We do not want to drag him into the fight with Oscar.
Use overtake.
Just want to make sure we get away from Leclerc, which looks like we have done.
More charge.
We'll use Antonelli's pace to now drag Mini clear while he's harvesting.
Do your best.
Perfect. All right, the 1-2 is back
Try to
on.
recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine. More charge, more charge.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Don't overtake.
Copy.
No, I'm not going to take that risk. Last time I did that, we ended up keep getting pushed off the track. I'd rather not take that risk.
Okay, more charge.
Copy.
We have traffic to contend with, but the gap's down to 6.5 seconds.
Same management as before was good. Same management.
Copy that.
More charge.
Copy.
That's a trip into the gravel for one of the Astons. I think that was George. Yes, it was. George now showing a yellow damage symbol. So that's going to be his underfloor
Copy.
from that trip through the gravel. $13 laps to go. Gap is 5 seconds.
Do your best, man. Keep focus on our race. Tires are on target. Yeah, now priority one is the lift off.
Yeah, copy.
Lift off, save fuel.
Copy.
More charge, more charge.
Copy, copy.
More charge.
I'm happy for them to swap places now,
Charge on.
so that it builds the confidence up for both drivers. Mini currently sitting in peak, which is nice. He'll lose a bit every time he's overtaken, but he'll gain more for the overtakes. Kimi can now get a little bit of battery. Evening, Harvey, who has a quicker lap time? Oh, it's Antonelli's a quicker driver, without a question of a doubt. But I'm working them together in tandem
Charge on.
to get them both into maximum confidence, to get the full stat boost for both, and trying to rebuild their batteries at the same time as well, in preparation for catching and passing Oscar. Max sets a new fastest lap. How rude.
I am trying.
You do your
See
best.
Antonelli's confidence now just under peak.
Charge on, charge
Mini's still in peak.
Copy.
Plenty of life in the tyres. So we are going to try and retake the fastest lap when we break it past Oscar.
More the charge, more charge.
Gap stands for 3.5 seconds with 10 laps to go.
Keep focus on our race. More charge, more charge.
Looks like Oscar's pushing a little bit. Gap's gone up to 4 seconds. That's a late pit stop for Logan Sargent there.
Okay, okay.
Right,
Do your best.
this is the lap that we're going to try and retake the fastest lap.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Keep focus on your race now. Overtake available. No lift off.
No lift off needed from our side.
Well, we got cars fighting in front. That's not helpful. Yeah, we're not getting the fastest lap this lap. Maybe next lap, if we've got enough battery left. I want to get on to Oscar now. We can save tyres, fuel and battery in his slipstream and DRS. But we've got to get there.
But the car's definitely not happy.
Escalation
Surely
of the
some
fault
kind
there
of fault.
for Isaac Kajar.
Temperature is good.
Oscar's on hard tyres and they are dying. They're in the 40s. I think they're at 49%. Evening, Bill. There we go. We're in range.
It's okay. A small lift off towards the tires.
Copy.
Charge on.
No overtake. You can have some lift off.
All right, we got ourselves an F1 convoy.
More on your tires.
Yeah, copy, copy.
If we don't get the fastest lap, it's not the end of the world. It's only 1 point. Getting the win and second place is worth a lot more.
Best in front.
We just keep our head down.
But it would be nice to get the clean sweep. Maximum 44 points. Joe looks like he's just about going to hang on for a couple of points. Even if Lawson catches and passes him, I think Albon's too far behind. 16 seconds with 6.5 laps to go. Oh, Leclerc's got a fault now.
Problem, engine.
You normally do soft, medium, soft. I went medium, soft, soft. Piastri went medium hard. We've got a yellow flag. Don't be a safety car.
Copy.
That's just Iwasa
Now,
running
this was
wide
the
at 4
Sauber.
into the gravel.
Oh, and they need to be watching those track limits. And you really can't do that too often.
There's Stoffel.
Will be a blue flag for us.
You prefer softs because they're quick in a straight line. And it's not where the tyres make the difference on the straights. It's in the corners.
It's 5 more laps.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
More charge, more charge.
Copy.
Try to increase your pace.
Couldn't get through with anything like the authority I'd hoped. I'm not going to pull away, so...
Charge on.
We save fuel when you can.
They're going to slow back down again.
4 laps after this.
And 1 click overtake available.
Because all we've done is basically just leave Mini stranded.
Okay. It's just a lot of confidence.
It's okay, it's okay.
What is the fastest lap, just out of interest? 102.5. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to beat it. Not with the tyre wear that we have left.
Move charge, move charge.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
Three laps after this.
Yeah.
We can cancel liftoff.
Copy.
You do your own team on F1 Manager 24. Yeah, so do I, normally. It's just...
One more step on tires.
we were crushing it with Cadillac. So when Ferrari finished bottom with 0 points and had gone bankrupt, we switched over to Ferrari to resurrect them.
Keep focus.
Try to recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine.
Keep focus, we get him. We get him.
You can reduce slightly the management there.
2 laps.
Copy.
Mode charge.
Okay, copy.
Good job.
There we go. We got through.
You are doing a very good job there. Is 1.5 from you. Overtake available.
There is a chance, actually, we might yet sneak the fastest lap here with Kimi. We're coming up to lap Joe, who has been caught by Lawson.
Do your best.
We did get the fastest lap with 1 lap to go. Mini has just about broken Piastri. Kimi puts a lap on Lawson and on Joe. Mini's about to do the same. It is going to be a 1-2. As long as I don't run out of fuel.
We need to increase liftoff.
Whew.
We need that to increase slightly
Yeah,
bit more.
that could have been bad.
Yeah.
There we go, across the line. Kimi wins. Mini takes second. It is a 1-2, and we got the fastest lap. What a great result. Absolutely stellar result. Piastri will take third.
And Ferrari picks up the win.
What an achievement! Sometimes you take the incredible skill of these drivers for granted, but not today.
It will be Charles ahead of teammate Max. There is Max. Gasly right behind him in the end. Unfortunately, we won't get a podium because neither of our drivers have a head.
Oh, that.
The only downside is that we don't get podium celebrations. And last to cross the line is a Yumu Iwasa in 18th place. 2 cars finished 2 laps down. It was both of the Alpines. Ocon 19th, Stoffel 20th, 2 retirements.
That was a great performance from the Ferrari driver, wasn't it?
That was a really well-executed race, I thought. Major credit to the driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
Join us for the next round as we head to Shanghai for all the excitement of the Chinese Grand Prix.
Okay then, confirmation of the final results. Kimi starting third, gets the win. Mini from pole had a horrible start, dropping down to 7th, but fought his way back up. Did look like he might be out of the hunt for second at one point, but that VSC helped us immensely and got us back out very close behind Kimi. And then we were able to get our drivers working in tandem to hunt down and pass Oscar for the double podium. Piastri has to settle for third. We got the fastest lap as well for that extra bonus point, a 102.4 in the end, just a tenth quicker, nearly 2 tenths quicker than Max's time in the end. Not a bad result for Red Bull at their home circuit. It is fourth place for Charles Leclerc, fifth for Max. Gasly gets some good points. He's not really scored many this season, so that's a good result for him. Good result for Fudo as well, gaining 10 places. Porsche only up 4 places in the end, but considering that he stopped at like the end of lap 2 for an unknown reason to change his tyres and lost out a lot of time, that's actually a pretty good fight back for Teo to finish in 8th place. 4 more points for him. Joe finishes in 9th, just ahead of Liam Lawson. And gearbox issues for Joe hampered his afternoon after he could easily have been right up there with both of us. He was on the same one-stop strategy as his teammate. Lawson gets the final point. Then it's Albon in 11th. 12th is Roman Staniek. 13th for Enzo Fittipaldi. 14th for Ollie Behrman. 15th for Logan Sargent. 16th for Isaac Hadjar. 17th for George Russell. Iwasa is 18th. 19th is Ocon. 20th Van Dorn. The Alpines 2 laps down in the end. Damage to Stoffel, ruining his race, and Ocon suffering with some serious powertrain issues. 2 retirements, Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda. Huge crash for Lance Stroll, bringing out the VSC. Yuki Tsunoda's gearbox just giving up and forcing him to retire in the pit lane. Let's see what that's done to the driver's standings. Kimi continues to stretch his lead at the top. He's up to 367 points now, has a 51-point lead over Oscar Piastri. Charles Leclerc is still third, but he's now just 3 points ahead of Gabriele Mini. He overtakes Teo Pourchaire. Pourchaire now on 161 points in 5th place. Then it's Zhou in 6th. Max is 7th. Decent points for Max today. No points for anyone else in the top 10. Yuki 8th, Sargent 9th, Ocon in 10th. Gasly moves up to 11th, up 2 places. He's now on 30 points, overtaking George Russell and Ollie Behrman. In 14th, up 2 places, it's Fudo Fujii. He's jumped Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson. Then it's Albon in 17th. 18th is Roman Staniek. 19th for Stroll. 20th for Enzo Fittipaldi. Iwasa is 21st. And Stoffel is last in 22nd. Into the constructor standings, maximum points today for Ferrari, 44 points. We scored 27 points more than Cadillac today. That's really enabled us to stretch that gap. We're on 539 points now. Cadillac on 466. That is quick bit of mental maths here. Not that quick. 87? 77 points? 77, I think. No. 73 points. Yes, 73 points behind. We'll get there in the end. Red Bull in third. Actually closed the gap to Cadillac, but they're still a long way behind. 308. They are 158 points further back in third place. Then there's another big gap to McLaren in fourth. They picked up 12 points today on 191. Williams has 79 points in fifth. 9 points ahead of Mercedes, who are on 70 in sixth place. And it's Alpine with 37. Aston with 33. 25 points for RB in ninth. Sauber picking up 6 points, moves them up off the bottom into 10th place. Haas dropping down into 11th despite picking up another point today with Liam Lawson. They are on 12 points in 11th place. In the pit stop challenge, it's quickest 2 stops of the day for Red Bull. They were on it today. Ferrari not quite at their best. We had an abysmal stop for, I think, Kimi on his second stop there. Good stop for Cadillac with Zhou. Oscar's time just good enough to get 10th. Mercedes get both their cars in the top 10 in 6th and 9th. Then it's Aston and Williams picking up the remaining points there. So in the standings, 25 points for us, 43 points for Red Bull, massively outscoring everyone today. We're on 529. We have a 211-point gap over Cadillac. This competition is pretty much already done and dusted. We are going to crush the field this year. But Red Bull have now really closed the gap up to Cadillac. They outscored them by 30 points today to bring the gap to 30 points. So it's game on in the hunt for second. Aston are in fourth place on 109. They're just 4 points ahead of Williams, who also picked up some points today on 105. Then it's RB with 83. Alpine in seventh with 62. Sauber have 43 points. Mercedes move above Haas into ninth place and are now just 3 points behind Sauber. Haas, no points for them today. They dropped down into 10th on 39 points, one behind Mercedes. And McLaren still yet to score a point this season. I don't even think they've improved on their fastest pit stop time either. Now you see a summary of our stops. First stop for Antonelli, clearly the quicker. 4 seconds lost on that second stop. A very rare mistake from our pit crew. A problem with the car jacks there. 2 very consistently quick stops for Mini. Not quite hitting our usual best, but still very quick times indeed. And good enough at this stage. Both drivers also get their position bonus from the sponsors. Their targets are achieved. No contract bonuses to be paid out. So that is the full 2.375 mil added to our bank balance. Let's head back to HQ. I will have some channel news for you in just a few minutes. But before we do that, let's go through our inbox and get prepped up for tomorrow's race. So, let's see, we've got spare side pod. The helipad's now refurbished. Gabriele Mini has gone up by a performance rating point. He's up to an 80 overall now. That's good. Our sponsor period has completed as well. We get 3.2 mil from the sponsors. Did we have a mandatory activity this month? No, we did not. So we have 19.8 mil in the bank, but we do have powertrains that we need to buy. So we also have a brand new ATR period. Post-race data. Let's see how our cars got through. We lost a suspension through wear and tear on Kimi's car and a front and rear wing on Gabby's car there. There's the helipad refurb, monthly car report, side pods. Okay. August in F1. Let's see what everyone else has been up to. New side pod for Aston. One of the worst on the grid, though, apparently. And they are now working on a new underfloor. Christian Horner is moaning, as usual. There are the standings. Quick snapshot of the standings there for you. So we are top in both competitions. And Gabby is closing back up on third place again. It'd be nice for him to finish in third. There's no way he's going to catch Oscar this season. But finishing third, being one of the lower rated drivers on the grid, would be a big achievement, I think. Let's fix up the cars. Swap in that replacement suspension. Swap out the wings. Okay, so we are building more suspension and chassis. One more of each to come. So that's going to put me on 3 suspensions, 4 chassis. So let's increase that to 2. What am I looking like on wings? We're pretty low on rear wings, aren't we? Yes, we are. Not building anything at the moment. Let's build, or not designing anything, sorry. Let's build a couple of spare rear wings. There we go. That leaves me with about 19 million to spend. China is the next race in 11 days. Whatever we build isn't going to be ready for a while. Or whatever we design isn't going to be ready for a while. Where are we weak? This might be the last round of upgrades we actually put on the car. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Yeah, chassis is still really bad. We're losing a lot of performance to the rest of the grid on the chassis. At least in terms of rankings, anyway. Front wing. Definitely room for improvement on the front wing. Rear wing. Not too bad. Side pod. Side pod's pretty rough as well. Underfloor. Pretty so-so. Suspension is pretty bad. Let's build a new or design a new suspension, I think. Let's throw half the hours in to see what kind of benefit we can get from that. My tyre wear is not amazing. It's going to give me minimal gains. Really minimal gains. What about if I put all the hours in? How much of an improvement will that give me? Again, not much. We have reached that point where we're just not getting much out of the upgrades anymore. All right, let's look at the front wing. That can certainly generate a lot of extra downforce for us. We're going to look at the rear wing as well. Okay, so that would give us a little bit of an improvement in the low speed, bit more medium speed, a sacrifice to high speed performance. No real gains there, just negligible improvements. Would give us a nice boost to dirty air performance, but we are also lacking in speed in terms of straight line speed and DRS. So let's take a look at what a rear wing could do for us. This will give us a high speed boost rather than a low speed boost. Wow, look at this. It's going to be really tough to make any kind of gains without going super fragile. And even then, I'm not really going to get a huge amount of performance. Oh, wow. That is really shocking that it is so bad. What races are coming up as well? So we've got Vegas, 17 days. That would have been an ideal place to have a brand new front wing, but there's just no performance gain. Baku's coming up. Let's have a look at the chassis. Again, we're just not getting any real performance out of any upgrades. sacrifice some engine cooling. I think this might be the best we can do. Look to improve our medium and high speed a bit. Let me take a look at the side pod. This is where we could potentially make some decent savings. No, again, there's just no real performance left to find under the current regs. I think it's got to be the chassis. That's one that we can actually get some tangible improvements to our medium and high speed without sacrificing anything else in the process. So let's go with that, I think. There we go. We are going to go just a normal build. At this point, I don't think it's going to give us that much to go intense. I don't think we'll have time to make another chassis after this. So we'll go with that. And then we may as well see if we can get something with other parts. We would have to go super fragile. And then rear wing, I think. No, I don't like that. I think we can probably find a little bit more if we went with, say, a side pod or a suspension. I mean, that's the other option, is that we really strip the cooling down, but that's a lot to lose. I don't mind losing 0.003%. We'll go with that. There we go. So, we got 4 new parts into development. Let me go ahead and buy those new powertrains. Buy a new gearbox as well. We're fine on ERS. As for Gabby, he's going to need a new engine. Hopefully he'll be all right on the ERS. How many races is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully we'll be all right in the gearbox as well. So we'll leave it at that. We've got 3 million left. We just spent a huge amount of money. Still need to refurb the wind tunnel as well. Very, very soon. Checking with the board. They were delighted, as you would expect, with the 1-2. So that's all good. We are 11 days away. This is where we're going to end tonight's stream. We'll do the sponsor plan and then the 11-day build-up tomorrow night before we go to China. It's a normal Grand Prix, I believe. No sprint. Yeah, just a normal Grand Prix. Next sprint is at Zandvoort, of all places, and then Abu Dhabi. An Abu Dhabi sprint could be interesting. So we've got 2 sprints left, and then the season finale at the Hungaroring, of all places. So, yeah, I did say a little bit of news, channel news. Firstly, as far as this channel goes, in terms of more PlayStation content, well, there's going to be a lot more content coming to this channel. I have picked up a copy of The Precinct. I haven't played it yet. I plan to sit down and record a whole batch of episodes tomorrow. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to play this game since I first saw it last year. It is finally out, and I picked up my copy on Saturday or Friday. Might have been Friday or Saturday. I never got the chance to play it over the weekend. Just, my sleep's been all over the place. But tomorrow I'll be sitting down to record a bunch of episodes. Hopefully there'll be an episode going live tomorrow, but more likely it'll go live on Wednesday. And that will be a Let's Play series. So video length, probably somewhere between half an hour and an hour. And there'll be a whole series of those. I'll play through the campaign, which they say is probably around about 12 hours or so. So that's coming in the next couple of days. On top of that, there's going to be a new Let's Play series coming for American Truck Sim. It's going to be a recorded series. It's going to be episodic, probably an episode a day, at least to start with. And it's going to be a hard mode. I've been testing out mods over the last few days, and I've been playing about with a new economy mod, which significantly reduces how much money you earn. So, yeah, that is with the aim of being a very long-term series. And that will be going live on this channel. I'm going to temporarily shutter the second channel. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I think I was probably being overly optimistic when I thought I could have a separate channel for PC content and the audience would be there. It just isn't at the moment. What I might well do is I am going to be at some point soon start doing some day streaming on Twitch a few times a week. What I might do is, for those that miss those streams, I will probably upload those onto the other channel on YouTube, and that will be like a Twitch archive maybe. So going forward, this series ends, this F1 Manager series ends at the end of this season, and the PC F1 Manager series will replace it on this channel. I will be shuttering the series that's going on the PlayStation, on the PC channel right now, and starting afresh when this one finishes. So we're going to go back to 5 nights a week to finish the series off for this. So we're going to be streaming F1 Manager all week on this channel. There will be no streams on the other channel, or no scheduled streams. There might be the odd impromptu stream with a bit of trucking maybe. But the plan is that, you know, this channel will be the main focus going forward. And the other one will become maybe a bit of an archive channel. So we'll see what happens as far as that goes. But yeah, that's the channel news that I hinted at earlier. All the new content is going to come here. Both PlayStation and PC content will be on this channel. The other channel will become probably a Twitch library, at least for a while. Going forward, who knows? But to start with, we're going to move everything over onto this one. So things will be labeled clearly in the title, whether it's PlayStation or whether it's PC. So if you're not sure, you can always check that. I am going to tidy up the channel page as well, create some new sections. That's going to keep me busy over the next few days, as well as I try and plan out how I want everything to be organized. There'll be a section for PC gaming, there'll be a section for console gaming, and there'll be, like, you know, very specific playlists for certain things as well. Like F1 Manager will have its own specific playlist, which will have both, you know, all the current stuff that we've done and the new PC series in it going forward. So there'll be some that'll be very specific tabbed, and then there'll be just a general PC section and a PlayStation section, so you can easily have a look at the playlists within those as well. So with all that having been said, we are going to call it a night here. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. If you have, then drop a like. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, then now's the perfect opportunity to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, with American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim and the Precinct all coming to this channel in the next few days, as well as other PC stuff that will be coming soon as well. Everything is going to be here. There's going to end up being potentially quite a lot of videos going live in a short space of time, so there'll be plenty of content for you to get your teeth into. There'll be something hopefully for everybody, and hopefully everybody will watch everything. That's the ultimate aim. But yeah, I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow of 8 p.m. for round 17 as we head to China, to Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.